Welcome. We're looking at branches of economics in this video. Microeconomics and macroeconomics are the two major branches of economics. Now, we want to start by looking at microeconomics and what it means. Microeconomics. Now, what is microeconomics? Microeconomics, I think you can see that word micro. It comes from the Greek word mikros. It comes from this Greek word mikros, which means small. So in the actual sense, microeconomics is a branch of economics that deals with the economic behavior of small units in an economy. So we can define it as is a branch of economics. This is a branch of economics that deals with the economic behavior of small units in an economy. So in this case, we are talking about the branch of economics that studies the behavior of individuals. We're talking about studying the behavior of individuals. We're talking about studying the behavior of households. You see, studying the behavior of farms. Okay, how do they make business decisions? How do you make your decision how do you decide to produce a commodity, what to produce, when to produce, how to produce it? How do you allocate your resources? Why did you decide to buy that plot of land? Why are you planting maize, not beans? Why have you started the industry in that place? Why did you decide to start a shop and not start a pharmacy? You see, so why do we have a market in this place? Why is the price of that commodity high in that market and low in the other market? So that's what we are trying to do. So in microeconomics, we are trying to understand the decisions of the producers so that we can help them maximize profits. You see, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to understand the decisions of the people who are in the market, and that is the producer, and why the price is like that. So you're going to see topics in microeconomics. The topics we are going to have there are going to be the price theory. We're going to look at price theory. We're going to look at demand. You'll see demand. You'll see supply. We'll talk about the equilibrium points. You see, we'll go to the production theory. All this is under microeconomics. We'll talk about the costs of production and many more. The costs of production, all this trying to understand how we can help the producers make better decisions and maximize their profits in this market. So costs of production, we'll look at the labor economics. We should also focus on this. So all this will be under microeconomics. A good example is we talk about the individual, demand, and the price of a commodity. So that's microeconomics. It's a branch of economics that deals with the economic behavior of small units in an economy. So it deals with only the economic behavior of small units, like for example, the economic behavior of individual economic agents like consumers, economic behavior of consumers, economic behavior of producers. That is microeconomics. Now, the other type of or branch of economics is macroeconomics. Macroeconomics. And macroeconomics is going to look at the economy as a whole. Okay, this one is going to scrutinize the economy at a massive scale. So it's going to look at it from a bigger picture. So the issues looks at are bigger than the issues we're looking at in microeconomics. So macroeconomics, this we shall define it as the branch of economics, the branch of economics that studies the economy, as a whole. So it looks at the economy as a whole. It assumes that the economy is a single functioning unit and any decision made affects all the other economic units within. So for example, it assumes that we're talking about Uganda as a whole, and every decision that is made, say, by the president of Uganda is going to affect everybody in Uganda. Let's say, for example, they increase the tax on fuel. It is going to affect everybody in the country. So it deals with the economic behavior of economic aggregates. So in this case, we are going to be talking about issues like unemployment. So in here, you're going to look at topics like unemployment. You're going to look at inflation. You see, you're going to look at aggregates. So this is where we shall be looking at aggregate demand, and we talk about the expenditures by all the total expenditures. When you talk about aggregate, we're talking about totals. So aggregate demand, and we shall talk about aggregate supply. That is all under macroeconomics. We'll talk about the national income. That is the total income that is earned in the whole country. So that is the national income. It is still under macroeconomics. And then we talk about things like public finance and fiscal policy. You see, public finance, we talk about the fiscal policy. All these policies are under macroeconomics. So macroeconomics is the branch of economics that is going to deal with the economy as a whole, that studies the economy as a whole. Okay, so and of course you will also deal with planning, development planning, economic development planning. It is still under this, and many more other things that we shall be doing with international trade and how one country interacts with another country, how another countries, all that is from the macroeconomic point of view. So those are the different types of economics that we have. We have microeconomics, which is the branch of economics that deals with the behavior of small units in an economy, while macroeconomics is a branch of economics that studies the economy as a whole. All right.